Bengals football is officially back. The Bengals take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this Saturday in their preseason opener. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 players you need to keep an eye on for the Bengals preseason opener against Tampa Bay. First up is wide receiver Andre Yoshivash. Yoshivash and rookie receiver Jermaine Burton are battling out to see who will get wide receiver number 3. Andre Yoshivash has been one of the stars from camp so far for the Bengals. When it comes to the offensive side of the ball, and maybe even the whole team in general, I think he's probably been the best player so far in camp. Burrows talked about how good he's going to be this year. The speedster receiver from Princeton was a rookie last year and had a couple of touchdowns and very limited playing time. This year, I think he's going to have a big impact on the Cincinnati offense. You can be absolutely great in camp, but it doesn't really matter until you can actually translate it into a game. So I'm very interested to see if Yoshivash's great play and performance in camp can translate to being great in the game as well. You know, Burrow's going to be playing a little bit against Tampa Bay as well, so I'm interested to see the Burrow and Yoshivash connection, how much Burrow will be targeting Yoshivash. But Yoshivash is somebody you definitely need to look out for in his preseason opener against the Buccaneers. Next up on this list is rookie safety Dejon Anthony. Anthony, the safety from Ole Miss, was drafted in the 7th round with a 224th pick. How I mentioned Yoshivash was probably the star player in camp on offense. I think you could say the same thing about Anthony, but on the defensive side of the ball, he's been making so many plays. He's been getting interceptions and deflections left and right. It seems like every single day there are some great highlights posted on Twitter of Anthony's making terrific plays. It seems like every single year there's a player or two that's either a late round pick or a undrafted free agent that really has a great camp. You know, we've seen Yoshivash, Jeffrey Gunter, the edge rusher from Coastal Carolina a couple years ago, Alan George, Tyson Anderson, and several other players who have had great camps. And this year, it's definitely Dejon Anthony. The odds are kind of stacked against Anthony. With the Bengals having such a great roster, it's going to be hard for him to get on that 53-man roster. But if he has a great performance against Tampa Bay this Saturday, and if he can continue it in the Bengals' 2 other preseason games, then all of a sudden we're looking at a very realistic chance that Dejon Anthony could end up making this Bengals 53-man roster. And the last player on this list is a combination of Myles Murphy and Joseph Ossai. With the recent news of Bengals edge rusher Cam Sample being out for the year with a torn Achilles, the pressure from Myles Murphy and Joseph Ossai have went up a ton. Murphy, the first-round pick last year from Clemson, had 305 snaps and 3 sacks in his rookie campaign. In 14 games, Joseph Ossai had 177 snaps and just 1 sack. When you look at Cam Sample, last season, he had 776 snaps, 1 sack, 8 quarterback hits, and 29 total tackles. Sample had double the amount of snaps as Ossai did, so the pressure for Ossai and Murphy are going to go up a lot. Honestly, Ossai was the guy who I wasn't even sure he was going to make the team this year, but with Sample being out for a year, I think it's nearly a lock that Ossai will make the team this season. Ossai and Murphy are definitely going to need to step it up, but this edge rushing group is led by star edge rusher Trey Hendrickson, who was 2nd in the NFL in sacks last season, and Sam Hubbard. But when you take away those 2 from the equation, the lack of depth Cincinnati has at edge is very alarming. Ossai had a very, very disappointing season last year for Cincinnati, so hopefully he can have a bounce-back year. They're expecting more from Myles Murphy in his 2nd year with the Bengals. But I'm very interested to see how Murphy and Ossai are going to play this upcoming week against Tampa Bay. I figure they're going to play a lot the first preseason game, and I would expect their snaps to increase a whole lot more this upcoming regular season with the absence of Cam Sample. Comment some players you're interested in watching for Cincinnati when they have their preseason opener against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this weekend. That about does it for this video. If new to my channel or you've seen my videos before, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time on the Sports 2 Hines Show.